Well, what a game in Stamford Bridge. That, over there, well actually, that's Jamie Carragher. And next to him, can you see him? It's Jan Mulvey. I'll be talking to them and with them later on, but I was going to say that part of the pitch is where Iniesta scored a fantastic goal in the semi-finals of the Champions League that still hurt so much to the Chelsea fans. But this has been a place for important games and big games in what it is now a classic in Europe, Chelsea-Barcelona. 8 times Barcelona have been here and only managed to win once. Do you know all the stats that are amazing to hear? Messi have not scored in 5, which has only happened about, in 10 years, it's only happened about 5 times that he's gone all this period without scoring. There's more. He hasn't scored against Chelsea in the 8 games they met. More. He hasn't scored against Courtois in 8 games. Luis Suarez has not scored away since September 2015. Unbelievable. But I tell you what, their stats are just that, stats. And Messi will score at some point against Chelsea. He also, of course, had the opportunity to do so in a penalty in the semi-finals 2012 and missed it. That was what that famous 2-2 with Fernando Torres goal right at the end that qualified Di Matteo's Chelsea for the Champions League final. Hit the post as well once, I think. Anyway, it will happen. And you know, Chelsea fans may be thinking, well, let him play because he doesn't score against us. I bet they don't think that way. But this Barcelona is a funny Barcelona. They're gone away to Sporting, Olympiacos and Juventus. They only scored 1 goal, if I'm not mistaken, and generally 2 draws and 1 victory. I think the victory was with an own goal from Coates. What we have is a Barcelona that still do not dominate the way that they normally do, even though they have an extra midfielder. And in big games, if it's very pacey, the game, I think Iniesta will be in trouble and Paulinho will be in trouble. Those 2 are in the midfield for Barcelona, which of course has got Ter Stegen, Sergio Roberto and Jordi Alba in the wings at the back, and Umtiti and Gerard Piqué. Busquets and perhaps Rakitic next to him in the centre midfield, Paulinho on the right, Iniesta on the left, and of course Luis Suarez and Messi. Messi's doing a lot of jobs. Messi's doing the Messi job, but also dropping deep and playing as a midfielder, a little bit like he always does, and he will raise his game in Champions League, of course. But I feel that sometimes he has to do too much. He will need Iniesta, but to get Iniesta, you need Barcelona to control the game, to attack as a unit, and to have the pressure high that they showed in most of the games this season. With that, then you've got a Barcelona that could be very dangerous if they steal a ball in the last third, or in the first third, of Chelsea. The problem is, if Chelsea beats that pressure, if actually Barcelona in their build-up, say a mistake by Paulinho, for instance, who loses possession sometimes, any other mistake could be used by a Chelsea that will have a lot of pace and will try to attack their spaces, the Barcelona spaces, and in behind there'll be a lot of players that want to run, and that will make life very difficult to Barcelona. So we're going to have to see what kind of game it will be, but it seems like, even though Conte actually said that Barcelona are worse without the ball, I don't think he's going to take the ball off them. But when they recover the ball, they will attack with venom and pace. It's a chance for Chelsea to make an impact in Europe. I think Chelsea have got an opportunity to draw, and if things go even their way, to win, to beat Barcelona. It will be the end of the tie, of course, but I don't see Barcelona winning today. So, very much looking forward to it. See you then.